NCRP Productions presents Feast of Legends, the Wendy's role-playing game. Order number 2.
Hey everybody, this is Pedro and welcome to another episode of Feast of Legends. Let's go around the table and introduce our players for tonight, starting with you.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'll be running Lady Holsteena, Order of the Baconator.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Cranston Tater, the Order of the Baconator Fries.
Hey, I'm Mike. I will be running Elados de l'Arctique of the Order of the Frosty.
What up, gamers? I'm John, and I'm playing Jules Leotard of the Order of the Fries.
And we're back to me, Pedro, the game master for tonight, or the day.
Dave. What up, Dave?
So, thank you everybody for coming back for another episode. So, Feast of Legends, just to recap, we learned is the Wendy's role-playing game that was created some years ago, 2019, right? 2019. Thank you, Barry. And last episode, we learned that you four were some of the top agents of Queen of Freshtovia, Wendy, the Clapback Queen, who had sent you on a mission to end the life. Well, sorry. What I should say is make the ice jester famished, thus ending his time on the land. Yes, in this world. I was going to tell you before the game, but now I'm telling you. If you are, instead of die, you are famished because you take enough hunger to famish you. Yeah.
There's no damage.
I think last time we figured out that you lose satiation.
Yes.
So that you are less sated until you are not sated and therefore famished.
Yes, and if you do not get food in a timely fashion, you become famished and are no more.
Word up, Nuggets.
Yeah. always carry your nuggets. Barry throwing up quotes for that game that we threw up on Patreon. Alright, so last time in this game, as you guys went through your final blows upon the ice jester, bringing upon the famishing of him, we went back into the days before for each of you, seeing Holsteena, your family, Caesar, and your children, Crew and Ton, your twins. Cranston seeing your family, the Taters, everybody coming around the table for another dinner. Jules, we saw you being carted away after being captured in the salt mines. Talking to Pep, your little pal.
Little Pep.
And Elados, we saw you come home to what you thought was going to be your loving throuple, who has now decided that it is going to be a couple.
Yeah, I love that everybody else had like a real cool thing, and I just got fucked, so that's great.
Well, actually, you
I didn't. Yeah, that's true.
Yuck. Is there a name for that, like when it's not 3 people?
It's called a couple.
Is that a thing people do?
Coupling?
Yeah.
I mean,
They made a whole series of it in England.
I suggested it to my wife, and she wasn't having it, so...
The couple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We need at least 5 other people in here just to diffuse the...
In this economy? How can you...
You could actually afford an apartment there.
You can!
Just get bunk beds.
So, as you guys... We saw all of your little backgrounds, and as you go to defeat the ice jester, you learn that at one of the last moments he had destroyed the arcane item, the Flurry Storm, or at least cracked it enough to cause some kind of reaction to make you all kind of just blank out. Everything turned white for a moment, and then the next thing you knew, you awoke, falling out of crumbling ice, cold but warming up in an empty temple. As you left, you realized this was a temple in memoriam. And leaving from there, thinking the best thing to do would be to try and go back to find Wendy, noticing a landscape that is unfamiliar to you, considering you entered a temple of statues of you, which was not around when you last remembered, you came across some knights on horseback along the road who turned out to tell you not only that they are in some sort of Inquisition against the Freeze, but that it has been about 50 years since your time. We are now in the ripe age of 2023.
So I realize that I'm going to get questioned for this, but Flurry Storm, this is a reference to the McFlurry.
Well, perhaps.
Oh, I didn't put that together.
I just put that
I
together.
fucking love McFlurries.
Thank you. Yes, Barry, bonus points for you.
All right.
Barry, you get inspiration.
I
think that's part of it.
I like the chicken nugget McFlurry, which is a secret menu item.
You get the opposite of that, which is I get to screw up your rolls when I feel like
I lose.
You lose. Every roll is at disadvantage.
I don't remember which episode it was in, but we did talk about nugget juice. So
Yeah, we did. Oh,
Oh, no.
it was in one of the episodes. I just
No,
don't
I
remember
mean,
what was
like,
the
no
baseline.
shame on us.
Right. All right. So
So we have, you guys are standing there. You are in the same clothes and outfit you were when you were fighting the ice jester.
and I'm sure it's still in style.
It's a bit different.
It's come back.
It's gonna come back.
Everything old is new. I mean, stuff from the 70s is popular now. 50 years.
Everything cycles. So
Whoa, dude, you're wearing the classic Baconator armor.
as these knights in armor tell you this, you all kind of have a quiet moment, and then they tell you, after you describe who you were, that this is kind of above their level, and that you should speak to Queen Wendy, which is where you all would like to go.
That's actually what I have at the end of my notes here. We head to Wendy.
Perfect. Then I did remember everything correctly. So, as you all start walking off, do you have anything to say to him before you guys all start?
Well, are they walking, marching us, or are they letting us go?
So, no, they're talking about come with us. They don't want to leave your sight, or they don't want you to leave their sight.
Are
and
they
tell
oddly
you,
like two in front, two behind, that kind of thing with us?
Yes. So now, they start kind of, spreading out so that you can pass. They're going to walk behind you, actually, specifically behind you.
I mean, I think we said our piece, like, stop telling us what to do, we're way cooler than you are, etc.
You called them nerds, I believe.
Yeah. Gave him a wedgie.
I don't remember wedgie.
Put that in the notes that they've been wedging.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Bacon wedgies.
Please.
Yeah.
Bacon wedges?
I mean, it's a step up from the potato wedgie,
Yeah.
right?
I could imagine a bacon wedgie being like a snack. You get it in a basket, and it's like, I'll have a basket of bacon wedgies.
No.
To shape it into a wedge.
Very elaborate.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming right back into the world.
I'm comfortable
My bad.
with this.
That was my bad.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. You all begin to start moving as you go forward. One of them turns to the other, the one who's been kind of leading you guys or telling you what to do. He says, "But what about the others? We still need to find them."
Who's the fuck are the others?
It doesn't matter. We need to see Queen Wendy.
I think that's our first step, is to see Queen
okay.
Wendy. She'll
As
have the answers.
As the man starts to go to answer, you hear a rustling in the bushes and the trees. And you will see, walking very slowly out, you begin to see a form, a dark form. And you hear dragging through the brush the sound of a metal boot kind of just dragging in the dirt.
Like somebody limping, step drag,
Yes.
step drag.
And then somebody's kind of dragging something else on the ground, like behind them.
And can we see anything?
You can see the dark, outline as they're starting to come into the dim light on the edge of the torches, which the four men will raise above their head and say, "Who goes there?"
At the same time they say it, I also say it because I'm used to doing that.
So they'll look down at you for a moment and then look back. Into the light comes another knight that looks like them. They have the same symbol of Freshtovia that looks more or less the same as what you guys had before. The kind of blood red pigtails on a standard field.
Obviously.
Yeah, except now they're on a bit of fire.
Oh, shit.
So they got a little bit of flame around them. Got some like charbroil streaks on them, let's say. And you'll see that, similar to these knights, someone comes out, except their armor looks rent and torn, and they look battle damaged. They clearly have had their satiation drained from them. They seem to be on the edge of near famishment, and behind them they are dragging the arm of another knight.
Oh.
Like just the arm?
Only
Yes.
the arm? Ooh.
Did any of you do anything? Because he's just kind of stumbling
Well,
forward.
I would run forward and buoy him up, put my shoulder under his arm and lift him up.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I am not getting involved in this.
Yeah, I'm just watching the scene unfold. Yeah.
And as you run up Cranston, Elados, you seeing this man, you start to get this kind of feeling, like something touching the outside of your aura.
Okay.
And you can just feel that slight chill you get when you know that the freeze's influence is around.
Oh.
So you get that from this person.
My friends, this man has been touched by the freeze.
What?
This man has been touched by the freeze!
As you shout that out, all of the knights that are there hear that and immediately draw their forks.
I'll look
Their long
immediately at
kind of
him.
three-tine
My
forks.
brother, is this true? Have you been struck?
You come and, put your arm underneath this man's arm, and you'll see in the rended metal, like where the flesh is exposed, you're gonna see the telltale marks of freeze burn on them. You know that this person has been attacked by some creature of the freeze.
But with our experience with the freeze, taking damage from freeze-touched enemies, does that contaminate you in some way?
So from when you were, working with this, what it would simply mean, there were people that when they recovered from the freeze attacks, there was some lingering damage to them. They were marked by the freeze. Their skin would sometimes start to get a little bit of a paler tone, sometimes drifting towards blue. It happened, and it was more like something that was being studied. Elados, you know that the Order of the Frosty was studying the effects of the freeze and how to, what this will do, because it was relatively new as in your time.
Of course, what did we learn from this?
All you were able to learn is that the freeze, that if you were attacked by a creature of the freeze and enough of this energy kind of went into you, which happened to most, this kind of frozen force, that it would alter the being in some way, that it did have a lingering effect. You don't know what the long-term effects are. You had about maybe 5 years worth of data.
Of course.
Yes, Holsteena.
When this previously was encountered by our party, did we put him to death? Did we, were they just, war wounds?
Yes, they were war wounds.
So then brandishing weapons at this guy is not what we were trained to do.
No.
This man can be healed.
The man does not say anything to you, Cranston. He tries, and you'll see, satiation and, Wendy's food scraps falling from this man's mouth as he tries to talk.
Brother, do not worry. We shall bring you back to Wendy, and her healers will take care of you. There will be nuggets for everyone.
I point at the arm and go, but not that guy.
I believe Elados is right. He's not going to make it.
The horseman will say, "We need you to put him down and step away from that man."
No, we never leave a man behind.
No.
Or a woman. I'm sorry, Lady Holsteena.
Forgiven.
We never leave anyone behind.
Why would we do this?
You must not understand that this man, he has been poisoned. He is tainted.
He can be saved.
Then we heal him, not kill
Yes.
him.
I have a chicken nugget right here.
There is no coming back from that.
Remember, my brothers, it's better here in Freshtovia.
A lot of things must have changed since we were away.
Always fresh.
Never frozen.
Never frozen.
Never frozen.
I believe you're taking that to the wrong level. Brother Knights, you can't seriously mean leave him behind.
So they look at each other and say, "Where did you come from? Did you come from beyond the wall? Beyond the
the
bamboo?"
wall?
No, we come from beyond. Oh, no. No, well, Elados was close. But we did not come from beyond the wall. The other side of the gate, that was where the ice jester was.
Have you been wounded by creatures of the frost?
No, of course not.
Not that hasn't been
No,
healed.
They'll look at you.
I'm not stopping. I'm still slowly bringing him in. But I'm trying to figure out how to get him to drop the arm. Because I do kind of agree. He's probably not going to make it. And
Hey, you! Put down the arm!
I'm gonna like unlatch my frying pan. Very, very subtly.
click the safety off.
The safety.
I picture there's like, you know how you can
The
hang
strap.
them?
Yeah, no. You click this, you open the strap.
Say, due to the fact that we see similarities in your faces to the statues, we think that Queen Wendy will want to see...
Statues? There's more than one?
Of course there are.
There's 4 of us.
More than one statue of us?
I think he meant to say there's 4 statues in total,
I
one of
was
each of us.
Oh.
And I'm gonna like
Jeez.
get up, and I'm gonna more than I am, and I'm gonna say, "As was I."
They're gonna have a little bit of a stare down there.
Are any of them wearing rank?
Barry's got the strips.
Yes,
I have
they
the
would.
strips.
Cranston, pardon me.
Cranston, so yes, they are. And it does look a little bit different, but the same kind of, the same kind of structure there you see.
Does somebody outrank me there?
No, technically speaking, you would be the ranking officer.
General manager.
Yeah. You would be the general manager of this troop.
So I'm gonna stand there with this man and wait, because Holsteena is taking care of it.
And so he'll look down at you, and after a moment of staring, he'll say, "You may get a pass, but unfortunately, my comrade there," and he'll point to the sword to the man, "he cannot."
While this is going on, I am going to finger my nugget out of my bag and
That was
hand it
gross.
to him.
When you giggle, it encourages him.
And I'm gonna feed it to him.
Okay, so you feed the man the nugget.
Do I need to roll a d4 for the healing or not?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a 4.
Hey, so he will cough a bit. You'll see some big globules of satiation come out, as he's healing.
Not globules of nugget.
No, little specks of nugget probably. And what he's going to do is he's going to look down at the hand that's in his, and he's gonna let go. And he'll look at you. You will see in his face that even with that tinge that comes from the attacks of the freeze is still present.
And that's not normal. When we were hit in the past, that tinge didn't stay. We always healed.
Yes, it is slightly different. The other thing is that when he kind of comes to, he looks at you and says, why did you do that? I am unclean. And he'll look over at the others and say, brothers, there is a fresh and frosty in the woods beyond. And they'll all kind of like take some steps back in their horses.
I'm gonna look at them. So they've reacted poorly to what he just said, and I heard him say something fresh and frosty.
Yeah.
You mean hot and juicy, right?
No.
What's this creature you speak of?
There is nothing that's fresh and frosty.
That is not true. I'm very fresh.
The top ranking, other than you, man, will look down at you and say, that is when the freeze takes over a good person. When they succumb to the evils, it creates something far worse.
But the jester, he was laid to rest. He was famished at the end of our battle. He is no longer.
Yes,
Yes.
the ice jester was defeated, but the freeze's curse has remained. It was taken aback, but This makes no sense. How could you not know of the Inquisition? This is... Wait, we don't have time for this. There is a fresh and frosty in the forest beyond.
And this is something we should attack?
This is...
It's like your comrade. It's a fallen brethren.
And he'll look down at them and say, no, everyone else is famished, as I wish to be. And he'll
My
just
brother,
start hanging.
say it's not true.
Yes.
Under Wendy, anything is possible.
No, not this. And you see he kind of fumbles for where his fork would be, and he's not finding it.
Brother, we must all do what tastes right for each of us. If that is what you wish, I can help you.
Please, Jules.
Yeah.
Are we meant to do something here, or we just let
I
them
will
kill
slowly
the
step
guy?
back from them.
Or
We've... Okay, listen, guys. We've been away for 50 years.
That is not possible.
The world has changed. I believe these are followers of Wendy. They wouldn't lie to us. They're at least ranking soldiers in
They
the army.
shouldn't. But did you ever hear of the Inquisition? I didn't.
The world has changed. We have to go with it, and we need to adapt here. Clearly, we failed, and that's kind of making me down.
So I'm going to
not
look
feeling
again
great about that.
at the guy that I've got held. I'm going to step back from him. Is this true? This is truly what you want? And I've drawn my whisk.
And then all the other soldiers of the Inquisition will say, always fresh, never frozen. And he will say, kind of crying under his breath, always fresh, never frozen.
Cranston, you can't be serious.
It's not what I want, but if this is what he wants, again, we must do what tastes right for each of us.
He just points back.
Their minds are clearly addled. This cannot be the decree of Queen Wendy.
allow us to take him to Wendy, and then she can decide.
We clearly don't have time for this. There's a threat in the woods.
Let us go kill that thing.
This is the decree of her holy freshness, Queen Wendy of
And
Frestovia.
And I'll hear it from her.
Say, I'm sorry, well then, you must stand aside and let us do this. You could speak with the Queen later. And they'll take steps forward unless you're gonna do something, Cranston. If you're not looking like you're gonna do it.
I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Having no choice is no fun.
Can we break immersion for a second to point out that Barry has a list of fun phrases that he's checking off tonight? I love it. I'm here for it. as the
I have
kids
done
say.
the deep dive into Wendy's commercials going back to the 70s. You'll get to hear most of it.
I'm digging it.
We're going through the decades.
I'm with it.
Back in the game, I'm going to move between Cranston and the injured one and these dudes.
Okay, so let's see. So you are clearly trying to tell them not until you hear from Wendy that this is the decree.
Yes, and I have more to say if that's...
Yes, go for it.
Jules is right. There's a greater threat in the woods. We can let Wendy decide what to do with him.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a charm test.
Okay.
You get +1 to that because you're standing near me.
It's a
Excellent.
DC 12.
Okay.
What
Yay.
is it?
20.
She
The
has
natural
gone.
That is a natural 20.
I have
So-
forgotten what it's called. Doggone it.
So 22 in total?
Wait. No.
you
it's
get to
specifically-
it explodes. You roll it again.
Oh yeah, you have.
Feast mode.
You are in feast
You
mode
went
now.
into feast mode.
From now on, you get a +1 or +2 to your next roll. Is that right? Is that what it is?
You so if it was an attack,
you get advantage
skill
on,
roll.
You get
So-
you get an advantage
Not a
on your
skill
next
roll.
roll.
Advantage on your next roll.
Yeah.
That can happen
so
again.
you get advantage on your next roll, and you're in
Okay.
feast mode. It was a nat 20. That's the important
Yes.
All
So
right,
you go
the-
into feast mode.
All the fury of my passion for Queen Wendy fills me with vitriol.
And so, burning with holy freshness, you stand your ground and tell them, no, Wendy will judge, let's deal with this. And they'll all look at one another, and you, Holsteena, kind of see in the Med Guy's eyes that he doesn't really want to kill his comrade. He didn't really look like he wanted to, but this is the decree. So he says, fine, then we will leave. Then we will watch him. He says, fine, one of us will stay and watch him. The rest will go into the woods. And if you are the heroes of old, then you'll be joining us, yes?
With my
Yes,
balls.
it is something that is a danger to the land of Freshtovia and to Queen Wendy's rule. Of course, lead on.
Yes?
Are they on horseback? Is that what I remember?
I think they got
Yeah.
off.
Well, they were on horseback,
All right,
yes.
makes
So
sense.
they have hopped off.
I will lean into the fallen soldier and I will tell him, choose fresh, my friend. Choose Wendy's.
With my baller roll, can I decide which of these guys looks the most like he's not gonna kill this guy?
Yes, you could look for the kindness one.
I'm gonna point. I'm gonna say, you stay, and then I'm gonna start walking into the forest.
Okay.
She's just leaving without us. Lady Holsteena, wait, please.
Keep up.
Gosh. So,
She is running so fast.
it's pretty easy to
She is sprinting.
Are you
No,
okay.
I'm very coolly walking into the woods.
God damn, she looks cool.
It's very cool.
I'm
as I said,
rat-pilled.
the whole like freshness just flowing from you.
Yeah,
The wind blowing your hair back.
it smells like French fries.
French fries, yes. Very easy to follow the trail of satiation.
French fry smell.
smell. And Elados, you can confirm that Holsteena is going the correct way as you kind of see you sense the drifting cold coming the way that he.
I can see this.
Yes.
Oh.
My brother knights, you must inform us because, well, we haven't seen it before. Tell us how to battle this great beast.
So they're all on edge, kind of looking all around the forest. They don't seem too happy to be out here.
They look so scared.
And he will say, fire, and he'll wave his torch a little bit. Fire, of course, always hurts the ice.
Yes, we all have that.
And then they'll look back at you and say, do you have any fire?
I do not carry fire, but I have ways.
I have a torch.
You guys all had your adventuring gear, so you do have a torch.
have
You
a
can
torch.
see if it will still light.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if that'll light.
Let me go ahead and... Okay, yes.
Oh,
It
yes.
does.
Okay. I also have fire, and I hold it very far away from myself.
Yes. So you have a lit torch. The woods glow a little bit more.
Do you have enough armaments for us? Do you have extra torches?
And they'll look at one another, and they will pull out some torches.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, they'll light them because they keep these. Well, these are our last ones, and they just say, yeah, fire is very important.
You were not prepared for this.
We were not
Freeze encroaches everywhere. This is what you're telling us.
not necessarily everywhere, but it encroaches in places here or there.
Has it taken hold in the heart of Freshtovia? In Queen Wendy's kingdom?
No.
Don't speak such blasphemy, surely.
Don't call me Shirley, I agree.
Yay! Yay!
Barry's got some zingers tonight.
You do. Good job.
I shall hold the torch high. I shall still have my whisk drawn.
What do you say?
I will step. Oh, nothing. I will
Oh.
step into the darkness with them.
Oh.
Excellent. And as you all, unless anybody wants to say anything, they just kind of lead you down. Holsteena, you are actually leading everybody down the path.
Damn
And
straight.
I will grab the extra torch and run up to Holsteena, Lady Holsteena, and I will hand you a torch.
I'll take
Apparently, the new battle requires fire.
All right. Do you have any tactic ideas, Cranston?
I simply am wondering where's the beast.
John sounds like a cell phone on a table that someone's calling.
Sorry, Barry, that one hit me. That was good.
Yeah, you're killing it tonight, man.
I liked it. I liked it.
So you will, after about a quarter mile of cruising through the woods, through the French fry.
Quarter mile?
Yeah.
So are we seeing any pieces of
Carnage.
that connected to the arm?
Yes, so Holsteena will see little pieces of meat. Frozen meat. The worst kind of meat. It's also people. That's also why it's bad. It's also people.
Meat is people? Meat is people. I thought it was only Silent Green. Damn it.
Wendy's has really changed since we left.
And after that quarter mile, you will see the moonlight shining through a copse in the trees up ahead. And within that copse, you will see a small cottage. Beyond the copse, you will also see another little small copse, even smaller, barely even a copse.
These cups are getting smaller and smaller.
This is lousy with cops.
There's something sitting in the middle of the smaller copse, but you can't really see what it is from here.
Is it sitting sinisterly?
As much as there's a circular object on the ground, and it's dark. That's
Is
a little
it-
sinister now that I
is
say
it-
that,
That
actually.
circle
Odd
seems sinister.
darkness. I mean, we've seen some weird magic with the freeze, but you said it was moonlight, so
Yes, it's not oddly dark.
all right. It doesn't.
It's
The moonlight doesn't hit it. And
no,
there's this- okay.
it's an evening.
All right.
Although along the ground you do see a light misting, like signifying cold. And looking at the cabin, you will see that the front door seems to be blown outward, and it's blown outward, destroyed, as if something, bashed its way out. You're going to see ice all around the edge of it. There's a little garden that's next to the house itself, and that seems to be iced over at this time.
Oh, so we are seeing the encroachment of the freeze in this.
In this area, yes, there is something. The freeze has hit this area.
This is a jarring moment for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
I
is
mean,
serious.
the freeze never crossed the beef gate.
No.
So we failed, yes?
We failed.
I feel like we must. Do you think it was the flurry storm?
To give you guys perspective, what was supposed to happen with the flurry storm, I don't remember if I mentioned this, was that there was to be an eternal winter. So the land would be coated with the freeze.
And it seems like it partially worked.
It seems like this little speck, at least, there's freeze here.
Yeah, but everything was to be coated. Everything's not coated.
Everything from
so it's partially worked.
I mean, his
So
spell.
turn to the knights. Does this expand if we do not take care of this beast, this whatever is out there? Does this frost continue?
Yes, that is the idea. If this creature is not dealt with, then
Is that, and I'll point at it, the creature?
The circular disc on the
sinister
ground.
circle.
The sinister sitting thing.
No, it's not that big. No, but he looks over at it. And he says, "No, that is not the creature."
I would like to boldly walk up and investigate the disc.
I'd like to start holding my torch under my frying pan.
So
Gentlemen, I'd like to
heat it
know
up.
what the hell we're up against.
So you guys are to the northeast of the house.
The house.
The little smaller copse with the circle thing is to the north, so you can easily go up to that.
And we're walking north. Right?
Yes. So are you all going?
No,
to
I am going to stop them. In fact, if I have to, I'll put my whisk out to stop them. You need to tell us now what we are up against. Describe this creature. Tell us what we are fighting.
I will loom behind Cranston, menacingly.
So he will say, they can come in different orientations. Sometimes they're larger, sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they use ice and freeze in different ways. More recently, we've been seeing more brutish ones.
Are they two-legged? Four-legged?
I'm a foolhardy, roguish character, and I am approaching the disc as conversation is happening.
Do I see any of this freeze magic on the disc?
On the disc, no. You actually see that the disc, that whole little copse, is free of freeze.
That place is safe, I guess.
Then the beast won't be there.
We should go there.
Wrong.
And the knights are gonna look and say, "Did you say that area is safe?"
Yes.
Right.
It feels safe, does it not?
We will go investigate.
You will go to the worst.
And the three of them head over to
And they start.
Do you really want to be in a combat where there are 3 NPCs
No,
fighting on our
no.
behalf?
No, not these clowns.
These guys suck.
We don't clown around with copies.
That's a bad catchphrase.
That was real bad.
You're going through them really well, though.
This is just tonight's work. I will do a little more work. And there's a couple I'm not going to be able to do, but
I believe in you.
So they are going north towards the little tiny copse with a circle in it. And you all, or unless Jules, are you following them as well now?
Well, I was moving towards. It's my fault for taking action during a conversation.
You were already moving towards.
Yes, I was already moving towards. So how far am I?
That's
towards
totally
it?
fine. So you're about halfway there. So you might not have even heard unless you were paying really close attention. You're just kind of going.
Okay, I'm just gonna
my
split
fellow
up
Knights
right
of
at the beginning.
Presbyteria, we should not leave Jules alone.
I'm just going do.
You three looking around, you realize Jules isn't with you, and
that's why I
as
said what I
these
said.
these three move around to go north, you'll notice that Jules is stealthily sneaking between the trees and going towards the little tiny copse. So
Do we want him to come back?
I think we should go with him. I think we should endeavor to find out what it is that has these knights, I kind of say it with a sneer, so concerned.
I think we should also look in the cabin.
I think we should get to Jules' side first.
And Elados, you're feeling a large amount of freeze energy radiating from the cabin.
Lady Holsteena, the cabin is probably where the monster is. I feel this
All right.
in my head.
I am moving quickly and with purpose towards Jules' side.
I am following, not super pleased with it, but respecting of Cranston.
Am I aware of the situation?
We have no idea.
Are we trying to let him be sneaky?
If I
Jules! Jules, come back!
There you go. Okay. On hearing that, I turn around, I see what's happening, and I go,
everybody
"Oh,
sneaky.
Okay.
shit! Oh, hey, sorry guys, I'll be right there." And
There is no need to be sneaky. We can just walk.
I run back to the party. I say, "Oh, I thought I was gonna get there before, I thought I'd get some
You
intel."
were walking incredibly slow.
I was it was like a sneaky thing. I wanted
hard
to
to
see
be
if my
fast at
knees
tiptoe.
still worked. Yeah.
As you guys are talking amongst yourself, if you look at the three men, they're definitely looking back at you three as they're moving forward and then kind of whispering to themselves, looking like they're trying to confirm something.
Keep whispering, coward.
I'd like to keep an eye on the cabin as we're moving with Jules to do whatever he's doing.
I came back to you.
So yes, so he ran back.
Jules,
so
you may lead if you wish.
No, I mean, it looks like those soldiers, as misguided as they may be, they're gonna be taking care of whatever that strange disc is. It seems to me that
No, Jules, they're going to another spot. The disc is where we're going.
Is the disc...
they're
no.
going to the little tiny
I'm
disc
right.
area.
Oh,
I'm right. I've paid so much attention. And I'm proposing.
I have to say, he is telling the truth.
you're proposing.
And I'm proposing on mic right here. Barry,
You are
will
standing
you
on my-
make me the happiest man in the world?
Wow.
I'm gonna throw rice at
happened?
you.
Do what tastes right, John.
You get to cross another one off.
Nope, that's what I used
Oh,
already.
you've already used that one.
So if we group back together, then yeah, I'll say that it looks like the soldiers are taking care of what I was hoping to do. What are we gonna do? Investigate that cabin?
They've reached the little edge and are like talking amongst themselves to see who's going to go in first.
I am uncertain as to what we should do. If you have thoughts, my feeling is that we confront this beast, this flurry something. I apologize, I didn't listen to them.
It's weak to fire. What if we set the cabin alight?
Wait a
This
minute.
is a good idea.
It's a perfectly good home. Why would we destroy a cabin if we don't know the creatures inside?
Elados sensed the
I
creature.
I can see their freeze magic.
Attack! That sounds good to me.
You see at the cabin, the little kind of exploded out area of the door, you're going to see the gauntleted hand of a knight.
The other hand, do I realize that this is the left and or right opposite the one that he had?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Would you like me to make some kind of a roll?
Look at thumb
Actually,
position.
you know what? Yes, go ahead and you give me a intelligence.
Oh, I was
roll.
hoping for strength.
I'm gonna flex my eyes at it.
The brain is the largest muscle in your
that
body.
that was a 4. Total.
Okay, so you are for certain it's the other one. You're like, this must be the same person.
I am concerned. If you notice, that hand or that arm is the opposite to the one he was carrying. This is the other half of the knight.
Is this true?
Everybody looks. Everybody give me a roll. Give me an intelligence check.
I trust Cranston. I think we should set the cabin on
Anybody who
fire.
doesn't trust
17.
6. Oh wait, I trust Cranston.
So you're trusting Cranston. You're like, yes, it must be. You realize, no, this is the other arm.
What? This is a different arm?
This is a different arm, yes.
This is not the same.
So
How can you
actually,
tell?
Hold on.
The thumb?
It is the same side arm, so different person.
If he was
it's
carrying, if
another
he was
left.
holding a left arm, this is also a left.
This
arm.
is also a left
just
arm.
not from the same person. All right, so
Well,
please communicate that to
presume-
We
us.
don't know what their thumbs look like.
Just look at the thumb. The thumb shows that this is the same arm that he was carrying, so this is from a different person.
Maybe the arm's upside down. I'm still on Cranston's side here.
The owner of the arm is irrelevant. We should burn the cabin.
My concern once again is not knowing what these creatures are. Don't you want to know?
The hand
Don't
moves.
you want to be informed?
The hand.
That
I would not. I don't care what it looks like. I would like it to be famished.
The hand moved.
Yeah, the hand moves like it's twitching a little bit, like somebody is injured.
I think we should famish it quickly.
But what if this is
Bring it to famishment.
Yeah.
What if this
Famish
is
it!
somebody is at this house?
They've picked a poor place to be, and they're also in the presence of ice frosting energy.
Okay, not everybody who is dealing with the frost is evil.
You said that there was strong amounts of frost in there.
I'd say a lot of things.
Then go look.
Sure, I will approach.
I am not allowing Elados to go alone.
So Elados begins approaching. I'm grabbing this book for no reason.
I am sticking right at his side.
I continue to
No
heat
night
my
goes in
pan.
alone.
You're heating your pan.
I'm heating my pan.
Nice.
Thank
Very
you.
cool. I like that.
I would like a jelly bean for my good thinking.
You get a jelly bean. You get inspiration.
No, I was kidding.
Mike, you made a face. You get inspiration.
Lady Knight Holsteena's intuition has never led us astray. If she says burn the cabin, I say we light it up.
Are we walking up and suddenly shoot, this torch comes over our head?
Well, that's a
Lights
good
the
question.
top?
Elados, you begin approaching. Are you approaching slowly, quickly?
I do not do anything very quickly, so yes.
I'm going
With
to stay
murderous
lockstep
intent.
with Elados. I will not fall behind.
Okay, so let me know if anybody's going to interrupt, but you begin to get closer, and as you do, you're going to hear, like,
Hello there.
Jules,
and it's
here's
just like, what is it, beleaguered? It's somebody breathing heavily. It sounds like from famishment. Like hunger.
I'm concerned that sounds dry and chewy. Not hot and juicy like most things in Freshtovia
We
should.
need to make him hot and juicy.
I think
agree.
we should make him hot.
But I think we should first see what it is.
Let us go see. Hello over there. Are you okay?
Oh, I have a chicken nugget. I will run over directly to whatever this thing
As
is.
soon as I realize he's running, I will run after him.
I'm also
So
running
maybe
very
a-
slowly.
I may be a step behind.
Okay.
I'm gonna start warming up my throwing arm.
You're warming up your throwing
Yeah.
arm. Jules, what are you doing?
I'm standing with I'm standing Lady Knight Holsteena, and I actually have a canister of oil.
Nice.
So I'm watching Lady Knight Holsteena for cues here, and I'm also gonna flex my arm a little bit and throw the canister of oil up and down in my left hand, holding the torch in my right hand, and preparing for action.
So are you spraying oil on yourself?
I imagine it's a closed canister of
Oh,
oil, and
thank
I'm sort
God.
of like throwing it up, and it's supposed to look cool.
Oh, okay.
How cool do I look?
You look pretty cool.
I look pretty cool. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think you should make him roll grace
yeah.
for that.
No, I want Pedro to roll how cool Jules looks on a D10.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Keep the more morgity going.
carry
Yeah.
More
How
over,
hot
yes.
is my face?
That's a 9.
Dude, I look
Ooh.
I look proficient.
Yeah.
Which I am with throwing.
Sadly, as I look back, that's how I get a step behind Elados, as I realize,
He looks,
Jules looks pretty cool.
he looks dope as hell right now.
And to be clear, the course of action, I'm looking at the situation, and what I imagine happening and what I'm preparing for is if something terrible happens, the two of them will run back towards us. I'll throw this canister of oil. I'll throw my torch. I'll save the day.
Very
That
nice.
is Jules's mental projection.
Hey, Elados, what's your armor class?
It's like a 1,000. It's so
1,000.
high.
Oh yeah, you did right, like 1,000 there.
Super high.
'Cause I think I might have gotten 1,001.
Oh, it's 11?
Yes, so 1,001 it is. So you go up, you go to lay the chicken nugget in the hand of this person who's very hungry, you can tell.
Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta step back. There was just an arm.
Yes.
Is the arm now dragging a person behind
No,
it?
no, I'm
Okay, this
just
is a different
suggesting-
person who has come out of...
The hand is like
The hand
laying
is-
out of the window.
I'm describing
Correct.
the hand as a person.
Oh,
So I'm saying this, I'm not saying it's anything other than a person. You guys would assume it's a person.
Elados, what are you doing with the chicken nugget?
Giving it to the person.
So you go to hand it to the person. Now that you're this close and you've knelt down, you see into the house, into the cabin. What you see is over in, all around, everything's destroyed. You're going to see off in one corner a famished to pieces Inquisition Knight who's just kind of, rent to famishment. And, just satiation.
He's be famished.
All over the walls, frozen. It's an absolute satiation bath. And the other thing you'll notice is over in another corner, you're going to see this one not famished to death, but you're going to see a woman who looks like she might be, it's a middle-aged woman and young male. They are slumped over together, and you can see what looks like fork stabs into them. And you're fairly certain in that moment that's probably what brought them to famishment. They seem to be famished, slumped over together. There is definitely ice over them. They are frozen in that corner.
Okay.
And then the last thing that you see is the arm that you're attached to, that you're handing the chicken nugget to, is also detached, from the other famished knight.
Okay. This arm does not need the chicken nugget.
Standing above that arm, a moment before it hits you, you will see what looks like it starts to legs up as a person with severe freeze burn, blackened legs going up to, kind of pale blue skin.
Okay.
When it gets to the upper half, you start to realize that there are ice shards kind of jutting out of its body. And along its arms, which you see one giant one coming towards your face, you see is bulked with ice. And yes, it hits you directly in the face,
Do not come over here!
giving you a whopping
That's a lot of rolls.
10 points of damage.
Oh, I am dead.
You're dead.
No.
You're famished.
You're
I am
famished.
famished.
As you ragdoll about 10 feet away, you all will see his body just go limp, whap. And he lands, and you see he's quite almost famished. He's starving at this. He's starving. Yes, you're starving at this point on your way to famishment.
Yes, I have 9 hit points in total, so...
Can we all roll initiative, please?
Do I need to?
Yeah, we'll have you roll initiative.
Fun.
Because you need to roll your
And initiative
save.
is just the D20. We don't add it.
Yes. If I remember right, it is just... Yes, it is.
I have a 12.
12, okay. Let's see here. Jules is a 12. Okay.
I also have a 12.
Ooh, Elados is a 12.
14.
14 for Cranston. And Holsteena?
16, and anyone who looks at me can see I told you so in my eyes.
Creature got a nat 20. Okay, so after you see the ragdoll happen, you're gonna hear some light screams from the little tiny cops as you see 3 knights kind of realizing what the hell is over there, all pointing their swords that way. It will step out. You see as it breathes, just there's ice crystals in the air where it breathes. The face of a once man turns to you all from the center of this little copse here, and you'll see it just stares at you and says, "Fresh, always frozen." And it's going to run up to... who would you say...
Remember, I literally was at his side. This
Yes.
thing punched him
Oh, you
away
ran
from
up
me.
with him, that's right. So it steps out, sees you, and you see that it holds its hand out to you as freeze energy coalesces in its hand, and... Ooh, actually, that's not the best. 11. Does 11 hit your AC?
16.
Ah.
Oh!
So you see ice, just an icy blast of freeze energy wash over you. And your inner kind of freshness, and do you have a shield or anything?
I was looking, I do not.
Because I think you use a two-handed weapon, right? Your whisk is it your whisk two-handed?
No,
you
it's a
just don't have
graceful
shield.
one-handed weapon, but I just have the bacon armor. I do not have a shield.
Okay, so bringing up your armor to kind of take that brunt, it just washes over you, and your internal freshness heats you through it.
And Lady Holsteena.
Yes, and now after the creature has done that, it steps up to you, and then we have Holsteena. So it's within 1 movement
So
away.
what is the creature?
So the creature is called a Fresh and Frosty. This is something that you all would never have really seen. You had seen ice creatures that the Ice Jester had made, or that came from the freeze, but you've never seen a person like this. The frozen that you've kind of dealt with, or the frostbitten that you've dealt with, freeze burned, they had markings, but they didn't mutate into creatures.
And this led...
So we think this might at some point have been a person?
Well, that's what the knights described to us
Potentially
earlier.
a Freshtovian?
Yes, you think it very well was probably a Freshtovian at some point. Okay, it's Holsteena's turn.
Can I hold my action?
Yeah, what do you want to hold it for?
So Cranston do something cool.
Okay. So Cranston, you see Holsteena standing by, letting you have the moment to do something cool.
My response, of course, is hot and juicy. It is the only way. And I shall strike with my whisk, because I don't believe in the torch. Well, that is not going to be good. That will be a 5 total.
5 total. So as you go to swing in your practiced way, you realize that you aren't as strong as you were when you fought the Ice Jester. You go for that full swing, and it just you overextend. It's just not smooth. And so this creature easily kind of bats away your whisk, and then just.
At this point, I will surge into battle because I kind of thought he had it, but it's cool. Everyone has bad starts.
So you will charge.
Yeah, and so what I want to do is I want to wallop it in like the back of the head with my frying pan, and then have the torch ready for its face.
Okay, excellent.
And I have advantage? I mean,
you have inspiration, which means you can give yourself an
Oh no,
From your feast
mode.
Yeah.
Would that still be happening?
Oh, yes, it would, because it's your next roll.
So, yeah, you are at
still
advantage,
are.
correct.
So yeah, you don't even need to use your inspiration.
bitchin'. I don't know why I was like, I can't say bitchin'.
I think that's allowed.
It's not Mork, but it's also not, I don't know, something really light.
Tales of a question.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies. Ooh,
Okay,
what are we doing with
so-
Muppet Babies?
Does an 11 hit?
An 11. Unfortunately, unfortunately, even Lady Holsteena has overestimated.
My lady,
her
are you feeling it
abilities.
as well?
We're weakened.
This creature has taken something from me.
As you come up,
You
yeah.
as well?
Yes.
We're weakened warriors.
Oh God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Elados, Jules,
Yeah.
be careful. We're not as we were.
And when she says that, I'm going to look over the Elados on the ground.
You'll see the arm that it blocked your hit with definitely has a mark from the fire. It did not realize, how strong the flame was, or the heat from your frying pan. You see your frying pan heat dims a little bit.
Nor.
Okay, well, Elados and Jules, who has the highest grade?
Elados is down.
Oh, Elados.
I have a
He
grace.
is
of-
down.
He has
You
a,
are
he has
down,
a
so
grace.
we'll come to you after. So
Okay, great.
we'll go, Jules.
Yeah, I'm going to rush forward, and I want to try to douse this creature with my oil
Okay.
that I'm holding in my hand. And
Slay.
I'm gonna try to light it on fire with a torch.
Slay.
Excellent. Okay. So go ahead and give me an attack roll. So the dousing is not going to be hard. I mean, it's standing there, ready. So you'll come up, splash it with the grease. Now go ahead and see if you can hit it
With a torch. Okay, so it is greased.
Yes, it is definitely grease.
Okay, here we go. That's a
Hey.
17 plus something.
So that's going to be a hit.
It doesn't appear to have affected Jules.
Slay.
So, as you hit it with the torch, its greased up body alights, and this thing lets out a wail of icy torment, and you will do 2d6 damage to it, and it is on fire.
Here I go. That's 9 damage.
Nice.
I did it. And I do not need to use an action to break out of combat.
Oh.
So I will take my free disengage action and use the remainder of my movement to rush to Jules' side.
You are.
Excellent.
Sorry. Rush to my own side.
You've
Elados'
succeeded.
side.
Elados lays there, chicken nugget in hand, after being punched and thrown 10 feet.
Now Pedro,
Yes.
in-game.
Dave.
Well, as the Dave.
As the day.
How are we going to be managing a party member who is down? Can I do anything to help stabilize him? Or are we following the core book's rules of he is just out of combat until we take a meal break?
That is interesting.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
No, I had imagined that you'd be able to chicken nugget or use an object
He has-
or an item.
He has to baby bird it.
You would have
I will
to-
baby bird a chicken nugget into Elados' mouth right now.
I mean, you would choke if it was not baby birded, I guess.
Yes.
No, you don't have to baby bird it. That's a personal choice.
God
that you
damn
make.
it!
He's like, as he takes it away from his mouth, I guess I don't have to do that.
Everybody in Freshtopia knows if your satiation's leaving you and you're hungry, any food put to your mouth, you'll eat it. It's an automatic response.
Can I shove that in as like a bonus action or something?
No, that's going to be your action. You're going to have to kind of help them.
Fair enough.
That's how we'll balance
I
that.
cradle Elados' head.
Yes, so you have it cradled.
You're cradled.
As a bonus action, I will say... Oh, no, actually, your bonus action would have been splashing the grease.
Perfect.
You are ready to grab the nugget, or the one if you have one.
Perfect.
I am so hungry.
Oh, that was kind
are.
of cute.
Oh.
His little French voice.
As you're holding his head in your arms, and you're like...
Mealtime soon, little bird.
Little bird, what?
I don't know.
Okay, now, Elados. Go ahead and give me that save. Just need over a 10.
That is an 8.
An 8? Okay,
Yes.
so...
Does he add anything to the death save?
No,
Straight
not
with-
normally.
We gotta say famish save, guys.
Sorry, the famish save.
Gotta be
You have
consistent.
failed your famish save. Sorry, I'm trying so hard. I'm so sorry. So you have one failure of your 3 that I'm gonna say is going to kill you.
Forever?
Forever. Sorry, to famish you forever.
Wait, what? I know we could.
Oh, are you just realizing the mortality?
I just, for some reason, I thought famish just meant like you're like, you don't die, you're just like fucked up, but
No, famish is dead.
that's terrifying.
Please watch your language.
Famished.
That's scary.
Thank you. Fuck.
Need less syllables, Mike.
Okay, back at the top with the creature. So, Holsteena. Fortunately, you and Cranston are right there.
Wig.
So, you see that it brings its arms in, realizing it needs to make the area a little bit colder, and it is going to try and burst out a burst of cold upon you guys. Okay, let's see if it hits. Oh, well, that's going to be an 18.
Yes, it hits.
So as it bursts out, everybody around it is going to take 4 points of damage. So you two. Cranston. No, just Cranston and Holsteena.
You're
As
being cradled safely, little
Yes.
cold energy washes over you.
The creature exudes the freeze. We must take it out. Raw.
I don't even flinch. I just stare it through its freeze blast.
Inquisition will die, will famish. Inquisition will famish.
You first.
You first.
Okay.
And is this son of a gun still on fire?
Yes, he is. Thank you. So he needs to try
Don't-
and get out of
I will always hold you accountable to more damage for the
So it's gonna
enemies.
take. Go ahead and roll a d6. He'll take d6 of fire damage.
Don't worry, I'm gonna roll a 5. Watch. That's a 4. Pretty good.
So there's an amount of damage. So let's see if it breaks out. No, it is still on fire as it.
Does not stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. That cold burst didn't actually take out the fire, unfortunately for it.
Nice.
So now we are back at Holsteena.
I'm not gonna hold my action this time because I went poorly last time. So I'm gonna try to wallop him again. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, and you do have one final charge, I'll say, of fire in there, so you'll do an extra d6 of fire damage.
Cool. And so I think that so I have a weakness to cold.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I think I only do half damage.
No,
No,
that
the
would mean
weakness
you would
cold is-
take.
is more damage.
So, however much damage you did take, you take twice as much. So you take 8 damage.
Okay. I still don't make any faces.
That's fine.
Alright. Okay. I do 4 damage.
4 damage. How much of that was fire? The d6 was fire.
1.
D6. So your d6 was 1. Okay.
I think.
Not great.
Thanks, John. What the fuck?
Well, you do some damage, but as you hit it, the fire begins to cool down a little bit as cold energy, bursts from cracks in its body. It definitely looks hurt. Pieces of the ice are starting to kind of slough off, and you're gonna see, satiation seeping out, and bones. There's no other way. Bones. And viscera. It's still viscera, I guess.
As I watch my frying pan
In
that
terms in game, it can be death dying.
Yeah.
As you discuss the way it is done, that's where satiation, famish.
You can't die from being hungry.
That's never happened
That's
before.
never happened.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And,
As I watch my frying pan that used to like dome things constantly just kind of like tink off this guy, I feel sad. That's just flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's going on, man?
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I notice that Lady Knight Holsteena is sad?
you can roll me. Yes, an intelligence check.
Cool. A 16.
A 16? Yeah, Holsteena looks a little bummed out.
Oh no, I'm going to keep that in my mind and then comfort you later.
Cranston.
I choose fresh, and I strike it. Four. A 6.
You do have inspiration. You could use that.
I do. I didn't get one. Those two. Nope.
I thought I gave you one for all of those. Okay, you can have inspiration.
Yeah, you
because
gave him one.
I swear, I
Yeah,
thought I
right.
gave
So
you
I
one.
shall
For your
use
little
it.
jokes.
What the heck?
Yay!
That would be a 22.
There we go. Yes,
Huzzah.
that definitely hits.
All right. So then, with my very graceful whisk, when I can't find the D10, there we go. I will nail it for 2 points of
Ooh.
damage.
Okay.
I still have not figured this out. This creature has taken so much from me.
Yeah, your whisk kind of like
Do you feel
slashes.
sad?
I do not. I feel angry.
Am I aware
getting-
of
Give me a
Cranston's
D20
emotion?
Give me a D20 roll, quick, fast.
17 plus 1 is 18.
You are aware that Cranston is feeling a bit angry.
I know both of their emotional states. This gives me the upper hand.
Oh no. Okay, well, Cranston, you still do chip away,
I get it.
and it just shouts out, "Inquisition."
We are not with the Inquisition. We are Wendy's famed knights. Jules, do your thing.
I do my thing.
Is it like a little hot judge?
Yeah. I go like,
Floss!
the knights.
Starts flossing.
You start flossing.
I do spirit hands. I go, Wendy.
Oh, my one weakness, no.
Spirit fingers.
Sorry, Jules, it is your turn.
Cool. I shove a chicken nugget into. You know what? Can I double nug? Can I shove 2 nugs into Elados' mouth? I have
Nug
one.
after nug.
I have one in my inventory.
You know what? Here's what I would say. Yes, you can, but it's going to take up your full action. It's a bonus action to eat the nug, but then you're going to take your other action.
Wicked. So what you're telling me is that I can feed Elados 1 nugget and then still take an action.
Yes.
That's stupendous. Then I shall do so. I'm gonna take the one out of your hand. Sorry, Elados.
Yeah, this
That
makes
is
sense.
1d4 damage.
I
of
shove it into
healing.
your mouth.
1d4 healing.
I'm not going to roll this.
I'll roll it. Here I go.
You are satiated.
1.
for
Good. You
one-
have 1 hit point. 1 hunger point.
One
hunger point.
satiation point.
Should have gone for the roll.
Should've
So
done it.
sorry. And then I get to take an attack action.
Yes, real quick.
I am so hurt.
And Elados, as you come to and you're eating this chicken nugget, there is one thing that you know. Have you ever eaten frozen food before?
Of course.
this is-
Yes. of
So
course.
then, okay, so you taste that this chicken nugget has been frozen.
Oh.
This is frozen food. So it might not bother you very much.
Still tastes good. This is fine.
Blasphemy.
The 3
Heretic.
knights come in and stab you for heresy.
Everybody calls me a heretic.
food tastes fine?
So Elados, you are up with 1 point, but first, Jules, what's your main action?
My main action, I will use any movement which I still have to move away from Elados because I'm about to draw the beast's ire. I shall target it with a ranged attack using my paring knife,
Ooh, okay.
and I hurl it at it, and I say something great. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
And then you throw 1 pair.
And I throw 1 paring
But it
knife.
is a pair.
See,
in
you
my
got it. He
inventory.
got there. He got the joke. Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. That's a 13, baby. Plus 3 is a 16.
16 is a hit. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Nice.
that's my big weapon. So here I go. 5 damage.
Nice.
Ooh,
Thank
very
you.
Nice. So yeah, so it stabs right into it, and you just see it goes slips right in between a few cracks of ice. And, "Roar! Inquisition Queen Wendy will fall."
Ooh. I think this guy isn't a fan of the Inquisition.
I'm not. Okay, after that, Elados, you are... Oh, you're prone, but you are awake.
I am so hurt. This is not good. You know what? While I'm lying down here, I'm going to scooch on my butt backwards as fast as I can, and I think that I'm going to use this cantrip that you've given me.
Yeah.
Yes, it is called the Frosty Toss, and it allows me to use my Arcana to attack instead of my Strength or Grace, which are both garbage. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to summon, I guess, some ice cream in my hand.
So yes, what you realize is as you're kind of scooting back and really wanting to be able to do more, do something, you kind of get this moment of quiet as the world pulses around you. You feel the cold on your skin. It's all around you, and you realize that it's nighttime. Things are fresh. Fresh, hot. The food's fine, but isn't the cold kind of always around in some degree? And realizing that and kind of feeling this connection, you feel this like thrum at the center of your core, and out from your hand you start feeling a connection to the freeze in a way. You're accessing it, and you're realizing you think you can do something with it.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm going to go with this and access whatever this cold magic is within me.
And then make an attack.
That is a 20.
Natural?
No.
Oh, well that's definitely a hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
2. After all of that, I do 2.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, now the thing is, you might think at one point, cold versus cold, it's not going to do much. But you realize that as your cold hits it must be either extra cold or something about
different type of cold.
what
Maybe it's
you're
not up to
doing.
freeze.
Is able to hurt this thing. And it kind of, you see a coalescing of two cold things.
And my friends have never seen me do this, no?
No. So you ran slightly forward, so you might not have seen it. Actually, is
I'm
anybody?
facing the wrong way.
Nobody might be paying attention.
I finally do something cool and nobody's looking.
Well, to be fair, when we were fighting
be
the
fair.
ice clown, the frost, the
Ice
Ice
Jester.
ice jester, you had 5th level spells. So you've been doing very cool shit, like in the past.
Yeah. Well,
It was still cool. It's a new cool.
I'm sitting there going, did anybody see that? Anybody? No.
Not now, Elados! We're attacking this creature!
If you're not helping, don't talk.
What? You just lie there and heal, baby bird.
Cranston, the creature looks to you, swings its mighty frozen fist, and gets a 13.
16.
16, bringing up the whisk to block you. Catch the fist, and it slides down. Now,
Boish.
John, sorry, Jules.
My name is, yes.
Jules, could you please give me a d6, because it's going to take some fire damage.
5.
Okay, so Cranston, this is what happens. As it hits the whisk, you see that you kind of have to hold the whisk in place. It hits you with quite an amount of force. And then you see its fist start to go through it as the ice begins to melt. And you're able to shove it back. And it stumbles. The freeze will win, though. And then it melts.
Oh.
It begins to kind of melt. The ice around it melts off of it, and left over is kind of, pieces of a once deformed human.
I start
male.
kicking the puddle.
Yeah.
Are you doing the thing that little kids do where you're like jumping in it?
No, with hatred in my heart, I kick the puddle.
My
Yeah.
friends, one of Dave's greatest sayings comes to mind at this point. If hamburgers were meant to be frozen, wouldn't cows come from Antarctica?
Too true, Cranston.
So true. Beautiful.
Does Antarctica
Fresh.
exist?
Never frozen. And I will kick the butt.
And yeah, you send a good splash out. Now, as that creature has been defeated, you will notice the ambient air is getting a little bit warmer. The freeze is starting to subside. The creature must have been keeping this energy in place.
I'm gonna turn to Elados. Are you still like on the ground? Like,
Yes, I'm quite hurt.
I'll come pick him up and I'll give him my chicken nugget.
Oh, thank you very much. This is very nice of you.
I'm going to step to the side of the cabin. Can I see those 3 Inquisitors?
Yeah, and you notice that they are watching and have seen that this is now, something's been taken care of. They must have been watching the fight.
Oh, I am striding with purpose towards them. I have my whisk, but I'm not brandishing it, but it is still in hand as I walk with purpose towards
And
them.
they'll walk towards you as well. The one that's been kind of giving orders tries to walk and charge as well.
walking towards
Yeah, and then they come into the cops, the bigger cops, as you kind of meet them.
You 3 should be ashamed of yourself. There were knights battling a creature that you gave us no warning about, other than you told us it was large and small and thin and fat, and nothing that explained anything.
Yes.
They
Riddles.
Where did this creature come from?
They'll look at one another and say, "Creatures of the freeze."
And where did the freeze come from? I'm getting angry and I'm stepping closer.
Yeah.
I'm aware that you were angry from my check earlier.
And they'll look at one another and I think that is an excellent question for the Queen. The freeze has been a force in these lands since I was young.
No more of this foolishness. You will bring us to Wendy now.
Can you
And
walk,
I
little bird?
point.
Yes, after that chicken nugget, I can walk. Thank you.
They'll say, "We must burn the cabin first." And
Why?
Why?
There is
are
nothing
people
wrong
in
with
there.
it. Someone's
Oh shit,
livelihood
there are
is
people in there.
there are people.
Alive?
Did I see if they were alive?
They had.
I remember them being stabbed.
They were all
and they were
stabbed. There was like
slumped.
They were famished.
food everywhere. Whatever.
Yeah, there was
There was
satiation
everywhere.
Satiation bad.
There are bodies in there.
Well, then, if they have famished, we need to burn this place. We need to make sure that there's no remnants of the freeze.
I'm going to look at Holsteena and see what she looks like she's doing.
I look like I want to kill these guys with my brain.
Okay, I'm speaking up here. The 3 of you, have you been addled by being frozen for so long? We see now that the freeze has changed. It's infesting people. This space is contaminated. We're lucky that we haven't been taken over by it. The only thing that makes sense is to burn it and destroy any remnants of this creature. And that soldier who was back at the trail, that guy's gotta die. I'm with these dudes.
Jules.
I'm looking. While he's talking and progressing, I want to watch them and see if they're kind of getting the kind of.
They're shaking. Your friend speaks the truth. This is a decree straight from Queen Wendy herself.
We don't know nearly enough to just start slaughtering
I
Wendy's
can't be
soldiers.
a party to this, and I turn around and walk away.
What if there's a way to reverse the effects? I mean, he's not dead yet.
If there's a way to reverse it, then Wendy would have spread that knowledge across the land.
The Inquisition would find them.
These pissants haven't been helpful in any way, and now you're just going to take their word?
I resent that remark.
She has a point.
I follow Queen Wendy. Have you lost your conviction?
How dare you?
That's what I thought. I look around at the party.
The party.
The three
one of the
men
party
step
is not
back.
here. I am walking.
Jules, are you saying we need to slaughter innocent people without looking more into this?
We need to deal with the freeze. It's clearly infecting people.
I'm going to poke Jules in the chest.
I'm going to turn around and go to Cranston.
Let me know when I'm back with the Inquisitor and the injured Inquisitor.
Okay, so you're just going.
I am walking with Rose.
Excellent. So the three are gonna look at you two and say,
I'm yelling at Jules. I'm not looking at them.
there was some words on the stone there, but I think we should go then.
On the stone that you investigated in the cops?
What did it say?
Uh,
Answer the question.
It just, it's nonsense. It just said 2 words.
What were the words? Fool.
Here, and he'll pull out a little like menu or like a little order
Ticket
sheet.
book.
Yeah, ticket book. Thank you. And he says, "I'm not sure how I would. Yoki Air Row," and then he'll show you, and it's spelled YHOKEE space EHR apostrophe RO.
I don't know this word.
None of you do, as far as you know.
Maybe a name. Maybe it's a name of somebody. We don't know.
I'm gonna start marching into the cabin.
Okay. So you will march into the cabin. You see what I described before, the satiation bath. You'll see the 2 in there. If you don't do anything, they'll say we should prepare the home.
Yeah, I'm speaking with the soldiers.
Yeah.
And I'm apologizing for everybody. I'm saying, listen, things have been. This is a real shock for us. You know, things have changed since we've been away. Thank you so much for the tip about the fire. It worked in the fight. And yeah, is the best way to deal with this we burn this cabin down and then we'll start heading back to see Queen Wendy?
Yes, we'll burn it down and then we'll go to the queen.
Well then let us prepare, and I'll start working with them to get torches lit and everything, and yeah.
They will thank you for your cooperation. They'll have to go, they'll go over to it, they'll inspect it. It looks like it will catch, with a reasonable amount of little tin early outside.
Could you do me a real favor? Could we wait for my friend to leave the room before we light it on fire?
He says, yes, we can, but your friend should not stay in there long.
Nah.
I've taken the bedclothes and started wrapping up the corpses, and I'm gonna lay them on the table.
So what you'll see as you're doing that, you see the wounds. These look familiar, the 3 tines on there, or the 4 tines. And you'll see next to the body of the, eviscerated knight, you see one of the swords that they were carrying, and it has the 4 prongs.
I'm gonna, after I finish putting the bodies on the table, I'm gonna check the corpse's body for some kind of coin with his name on it, or some kind of
Yes, you know that the knights used to have a tag that would have their name on it, usually around their chest somewhere, on the armor or something. You'll find their name tag there.
I'm gonna put it in my pouch.
Yeah, you have a little pouch for things.
Into my pouch like a kangaroo.
Your tummy. Yeah, on your tummy.
Yeah, thanks, John. And then I'll leave the cabin. And I don't look at Jules, and I just walk back the way we came.
Okay.
I help them burn this cabin to the ground.
Yeah, so you fairly easily will help burn the cabin. The cabin will alight, and as they throw a couple of the torches inside to help burn the inside as well, they will say, let us go back.
I take a secret second to enjoy the flames, and then I walk back.
Excellent. So, Elados, you have caught up to Cranston.
Yeah, so before we actually make it back there, Cranston,
Yes, my friend.
did you see what I was able to do?
Did you fucking see my spell, bro?
This, something is troubling me.
It troubles me as well. I did not want to speak of it, but we've all gotten weaker, and obviously your incredible fighting prowess left you. With a single swipe, this one took you down. I understand your concern.
I saw that part.
I would rather not see it, but I do admit that I did see what you did.
This is not what I am talking about.
You crumpled like a paper bag.
I am talking about this.
And am I able to summon that magic again?
Yeah, so you dig deep and you still feel that, sense of the freeze everywhere, and you're able to produce that energy, arcane energy.
Yeah, I'll just like blast a tree with it or something. I seem to.
My friend, fresh, never frozen. And I do the cross of
Awesome, Wendy!
And on to you.
Freshness upon you.
That means you're infected, yes?
I do not.
I mean,
feel
I don't
infected.
see anything on you, but before we came into this glade, you didn't have that ability, did you? And that creature, well, more than touched you.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out again.
I look around.
You can hear.
Do I see anyone?
You can hear Holsteena by the storming
Yes.
that's coming.
My friend, unclothed now. I shall check.
Right now?
Now, quickly, before anyone else is upon us.
I'm just like walking
I
through
suppose
trees.
I will.
Because the guy where he was rent, he had, okay,
I will start to take off my foil robe.
faster before someone sees you. He is unfoiling.
I am defoiling and.
And so I'm
defoil.
not touching him. I am looking him over. Does he have the same marks? Does he?
Oh,
touch-
he has some. No, no, he
does not appear to be touched.
You don't see any markings of the freeze unless you, in your backstory, have been attacked that you want to tell us.
No.
Then
No.
no.
Put your clothes back on. We will not speak of this until Wendy has explained more to us.
Put your
I'm
clothes
not
on, you
certain what's
disgust
happened,
me.
but I see nothing. Maybe the affliction will go away.
This does not seem like an affliction. This is strength.
And I don't know how to process this at this point. I again do the sign.
As you start to try to process this, Holsteena, you walk up to these two and you see Cranston giving the sign, which I think changed it to a W.
Yeah,
it's a W.
we're gonna do it's shoulder,
Shoulder, nipple.
shoulder,
left
nipple,
breast,
solar plexus,
well, shoulder,
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 breast,
nipple,
breast,
neck,
neck,
right breast,
shoulder. There we go.
It's
It's
the W.
a lot of movement.
Nipple.
Maybe you could do both.
Oh, that's great.
That's even
Elbows
better
like
with
this.
each hand.
And then your
Yes.
hands come together
your
at the
hands
center.
in the W.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
there we
that's
go.
good.
We have accomplished
Nice.
what 6th grade cheerleaders do in 3 seconds.
Good job, guys. Good time.
My name is Jules. I am a French fry.
Yeah, so you come into this slightly maybe awkward situation, maybe, but you come
yes.
into this situation.
I am so pissed. I just bust through.
Yeah, the whole studio doesn't seem to have noticed anything.
Side note, Jules.
Julienne potatoes.
Okay, back to that. Yeah, I'm like literally like about to strangle somebody, so I keep going.
Julian Potato sounds like a great name for a character.
I'll change it. I'll change it right now. Can we re-record this episode? And the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm landing a blow on the ice chest.
Cranston, should I tell Lady Knight Holsteena?
I don't think so. I think we should bring this before Queen Wendy first. That would be my belief. She would know what to do, and she would know if you've
You
been
are
afflicted.
trying to get me killed.
No, I'm trying to keep you alive. I don't see anything, but this is not my thing. I raise potatoes. I raise French fries. Excuse me. I raise French fries.
I turn and start jogging down the trail. Lady Knight.
What?
Head plant or face palm, and I walk after him.
Head
Not
plant.
run.
Head plant.
And then by this time, anybody looking back, you're gonna see the flames in the distance, and you guys are walking back.
I'm walking back with the soldiers.
Yes.
And I'm using this time to ingratiate myself with them and maybe find out maybe any little tidbits of information, intelligence about what to expect in the city, anything like that.
Yes. So they'll give you... They're not much for small talk while they're going through the woods. They are still looking to make sure. If you know, they'll maybe half answer some questions, but they're going to mostly tell you, wait till we're out of the woods. There could be more creatures about.
That's completely reasonable.
I will stop and look to Elados. I do respect him.
Yeah. Elados.
Lady Knight, I only tell you this because I trust you. I seem to have been touched by the frost,
And I will try to conjure that magic again and do the exact same thing.
It's just like a handful of like ice cream. That's what's happening.
I mean, it's like cold energy.
Frosty in his hand.
Yeah, it probably looks like a Frosty or something in my hand.
It's a magical, arcane, frosty energy.
This is very interesting to me because I've never seen this before. Correct?
No.
That's amazing.
Yes, I fear that in the city they will kill me.
Does anyone else know?
Cranston.
And you can see me walking up to you guys.
We can't tell anyone about this.
Do not tell Jules.
Understood. In your studies, did you ever come across anything like this?
In your studies, you definitely came across possibilities of wielding the freeze, but it was all very preliminary. There was other things you were studying. You were trying to figure out, reverse effects were possible, or how to heal.
This was a possibility, but we never saw it.
Cranston,
We shall just keep this quiet.
Yes, my lady.
we don't know this world. It's been 50 years.
Everyone keeps saying that, but it still feels like Freshtovia to me.
But the way that these knights are, the brutality.
These Inquisitors, they are not. I cannot believe Wendy would set them out like this.
Something must be, maybe she's sick and there's an advisor, but if we reveal Elados' ability, they won't stop to ask questions.
I look from you to Elados and go, I told you. Don't tell anyone. Oh, you mean not Wendy?
Not anyone. It stays here with this.
But she's the queen.
We have to understand what we're walking back into before we know he's a good man, and we know that
We do.
if he loses control, he'll tell us. You will, won't you?
Of course.
This is a concern? Look to both of you. You're worried about him losing control, so the freeze could take him over?
I'm not worried about it, but we have to be prepared.
If I begin to feel it, then I tell you, if need be, I suppose you kill me.
You and I will watch him, and if he looks like something's wrong, then we do what must be done. But until that point, or until we have more time to research this, it stays here.
I think this would break Jules. Do not tell him, please.
Jules is swept up by these madmen.
Cutting back to Jules with the madman, they will say to you, we wanted to thank you, though, for your cooperation.
Of course, it's
Turncoat.
all for Queen Wendy. Yeah.
We hope that you are who you say you are. We could use the heroes of old in the Inquisition.
But until then, welcome back, citizen.
We did what we could before, and we will do no less now. I'll tell you, an old saying, what is it? Mourn the warrior who has slain all his enemies. It feels good to have something to do again.
There is some joy in...
You're a commonly known phrase.
There is some joy in fighting the freeze, knowing that you're doing the good work of Freshness, knowing that we are serving Dave's will.
Those guys know.
It's from the Book of Dave. It's classic. It's on every Wendy's menu on the back.
Slaying your enemies.
Mourn the warriors. Slay it
I
all.
think on the back of every Wendy's menu it says way better than fast food.
Nah.
It's Wendy's.
Because I've been researching it, I've seen a picture of the guy who started Wendy's recently. And,
Dave?
Dave
Thomas?
that guy.
Dave.
That guy. I couldn't think of the last name.
All-
but
all praise.
I'm just
Thomas.
imagining his face in the back, and this nice, smile, and then destroy your enemies.
Oh, you're talking like Starship Troopers, like the pamphlets and
It's
stuff.
mourn the warrior who has slain all his enemies. and yeah, it's great to have a purpose again.
Right? Right? I think it's great. That is wonderful.
It's a real shame what you're gonna have to do. Is there any way that we can take your ally to Queen Wendy still?
We, to the big scary one, have promised to bring him back for judgment in front of
It's really best if we don't anger her. And the others, too. They can get pretty violent, as you've seen.
I'm not there, but I'm astonished and shocked.
You understand? I'm trying to play both. Okay.
Holsteena is not a
get it.
lady of nuance.
I get it.
So they will say, that is good to know. Thank you. Strange of the heroes of old, the stories don't really portray them as such.
Legends don't always tell the whole story, my friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the warning. Oh, look, there are your companions. And you'll see them now around the bend. They're all kind of talking with one another.
Stupendous. I say, ho!
Well, I would not have stopped. My objective, other than the quick story, was to get back to the two Inquisitors, the uninjured one and the injured one, before they did.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know what we're going to walk in on, but...
Then we'll say that you get there first. That's totally fine. If you guys were still walking and talking, then you would have got there first. You do see them ahead. You know that you see the torchlight, we'll say. Okay, so you guys have made it back. You see the one knight there, next to the one that's been injured.
So he did not kill him.
No, but he does have his fork out at the ready,
Yep.
and the man on the ground is doing the sign of Wendy, and you see him.
Is he pleading for him to kill him or anything like that? I mean, he kind of said it when we left, but...
Right now, he's just praying to Freshness.
Okay.
I'm gonna come busting through the trees to the one who's uninjured. You.
Yes.
What has been tried to remedy the frost infection?
I don't know.
Have you tried grilling it?
I don't know. That's something that the Queen and her order would... the Queen would best be able to tell you.
How fast do they turn?
I don't...
Have you faced one?
Not a big one. I've brought justice to many heretics, though. We've burned down several clutches of freeze-ridden.
I give a quick sidelong look to Elados and then look back at him. I don't say anything.
Show me your wound.
Or are you talking the one that's on the ground right now?
Now I am.
And so he'll just kind of, look up to you, this shining, I mean, I imagine, because with the way you hold yourself, you're like a shining example of freshness, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah? So he looks up, and you can actually see your glow almost in his eyes. And he says, I am wounded here. And he'll show, it's clear to see the rent open armor and the gash in his chest that you can see has some ice crystals on it.
Elados, if the fire killed the beast, could it burn the freeze off of him?
May I make an intelligence check to figure this out?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to ask the one on the ground while they're looking at him, do you still wish death?
That is a 9.
You never tested that on a person. Or an animal of any kind. I mean, you know that fire will destroy the freeze, but whether it will cure an infection, you're not sure.
Okay.
It's possible, I would think.
You'll die anyways, right?
What about the spicy chicken sandwich? It could burn from the inside out.
Have you tried anything? Do you know?
He says, no.
Do you two stand with me? This one doesn't die until we get back.
Of
and
course.
can at least test.
Yes, I let us test.
So he says, do you really think that there's a chance, Lady Holsteena?
Until you are dead, there's a chance.
One thing that you might not notice until afterwards is he named you by name.
Ooh. Someone's got a crush.
He's got big old hearts in his eyes.
I'm gonna pick him up like he's a little baby and set him on his feet.
like you pick up a baby by the nape
Remember,
of the
my
neck.
friend, Dave always says,
No, by the soft spot. You just
You put the thumb in and
yeah.
Remember, Dave always says, if you're at Wendy's, you've chosen wisely. Stay with us.
As Dave has said. And you'll see that he does the sign of Wendy's. And so now you
We
guys,
get back?
the rest of them will start, will arrive.
As I walk in, I go, "Hey guys, great news! Our very reasonable new friends said we're gonna be able to take this guy to Queen Wendy. They're not gonna put him down. Isn't that great?"
That is wonderful news.
Thank you, Jules.
Yeah. Everything's
Then
really
I say
working
we-
out.
I say we wait no longer. To Queen Wendy.
Hesitantly, I go, where else would we go? To Queen Wendy!
I'm gonna potato sack this guy and start walking.
All right. So, as they hop on their horses and you all begin to walk, the head of these guys will say, all right, we'll take you to Queen Wendy, but first we'll need to stop. You'll need to speak with the sergeant of our order, Sergeant Pepper. And that's where we're going to end.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, FS, Michael H, Michael P, and our Breaker of Seals, the Jones, Frank H, Christopher C, Matthew K, and the Lab. Trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.